All right. Hello, hello, hello. I love it. I'm looking at these comments. You guys had comments coming in before we even got started. And you're making me work already. I'm trying to reply in real time. Um, I'm just gonna give a quick shout out before we really get started and give some people some a few minutes to jump on. But we've had some ready and waitings. That was Victoria, actually. Let's see. Anne said she is eager to learn. I am eager to teach. Meg, my friend Meg, here locally. So excited. I'm so excited. I am super excited to be teaching AI. This was something that my team started about 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. We said, in 2026, let's really go all in and help small business owners learn AI. But I want to be really committed to it. And I want to do it every Friday. So we have the first 4 sessions planned this Friday, next Friday, the Friday after that, and the Friday after that. And we're going to continue to plan and take it as it goes. I really see this. Let's throw in some more comments here too. And I see Heather is helping me backstage, but Jeffrey, good to see you. D, what I want to really do with this, like kind of the goal of teaching everybody how to really use AI is a lot of people are using AI as like a glorified search engine now. We used to go to Google. Now we just go to ChatGPT, right? We're just asking it questions, but that doesn't really help us in our day to day. Maybe it gives us the answers to certain things. I've certainly learned how to fix some things or diagnose things using those tools. But one of the things that I really want to do with this is do teaching. You guys are free to ask questions in the comments. We're going to make it as interactive as possible. But over time, I kind of want to maybe turn it into a bit of a podcast or a real workshop where we actually bring on somebody to come on and we'll help work them through in real time some strategy or something. Today, we're actually going to build a strategy. We're going to actually implement a strategy for social media. It's kind of an easy place to start. I'm going to show you 4 tools that our team uses literally like every week to do work. It's actually pretty much the same exact strategy we used to build out this entire webinar workshop platform. It's our strategy of how we schedule everything, how we create the content for social media. I mean, everything is in here. I've got Heather backstage. I think I have Ryan or RC backstage. Actually, Heather just dropped out. I'm going to look at some more comments. I'm excited about everybody. My friend Axel, it's late there in Germany. It's evening time in Germany. He's watching. Dick O'Donnell, friend of mine from Greensboro. I really need to learn AI. Yes, Dick. Yes, you do. Yes, you do need to learn AI. Is everybody still with me here? Yep, Andrea. Okay. Hey, just give me if we've never met in person, there's Jennifer. Give me a comment of good. Everybody can hear me. Give me a comment of where you are checking in from. I know we have Germany and we have a bunch in the US. Give me some check-ins where you're from. Larry says hello. Hey, Tom. Tom says hello. Andrea, yes, we met at an Alignable event. Dee's here. Okay, good. All right, awesome. Well, if you don't know me, East Lansing, Michigan. All right. We're getting people from all over the place. Winston-Salem. I love it. Yeah, keep checking in. Let me give you a quick, just a quick overview here. Sue in Greensboro. Man, all over the place. All right, cool. Thank you for that. Quick background on me. I won't take it. I won't take up too much time of this. We really want to dive in. I've got a lot to cover. I'm sure going to have a lot of questions to answer. We're going to have some handouts for you, like I'm going to hand them out to you. We have a PDF that we'll be able to send your way with just kind of an overview cheat sheet on these tools. But if my name is Jay Vix, affectionately known as Jay, the AI guy. We started using AI in our business roughly 4 years ago. It was pre-ChatGPT, pre-AI craze. We used it. It was basically just a writing tool. You could have things written in AI. And here's Heather coming on backstage again. Um, and I've been in the digital marketing space since 1997. Believe it or not, I built my first HTML website back then when I was just 2 years old. Just kidding. I actually just celebrated my 50th birthday. So, and I feel every bit of that 50 years, especially when it's cold outside. But I have a digital marketing agency. It's called JVI Mobile Marketing, and we've run that since 2012. I have a really cool team. A couple of them are backstage here helping me with the workshop. We help small business and mid-sized business owners with strategy development, implementation, from websites to ads, marketing, leads, driving leads, making more leads. But really, over the last several months, we've really begun to get excited about showing business owners how to implement AI into their business. One of the things that we've done, just as an aside, and we're not going to really go into it today, but we are on a future episode, is we are now installing AI assistants into people's businesses that when somebody responds to an ad, the assistant is jumping in, chatting with the business, with the potential customer, booking an appointment on their booking calendar, like a Calendly calendar or Journey Builder calendar, and booking the appointment. And then we have automations that send out confirmation and reminder messages. And we are moving into the residential moving space now. But we can help any service business that books appointments or takes appointments with an AI assistant, right? So that's been the biggest thing. We've now booked over 3,000. We haven't. Our AI assistants have booked over 3,000 appointments for our clients just since April of this year. And so that's a little bit about me, what I do. I live just outside of Greensboro, McLeansville, North Carolina, if you guys are familiar with Northeast Greensboro, with my wife, my daughter, and our fur baby, who's now a aging fur baby. She's 13 years old, and she's not doing well right now, but we keep Gemma in our prayers. But anyway, so my office is in downtown Greensboro, right on Summit Ave. And if you want to talk about strategy or just maybe ways we can implement AI into your business, we do free 15-minute coaching calls, no pitch, no anything, just like 15 minutes, jump on, tell me an area that you're struggling in your business or want to see if AI can help, and we'll do it. And we'll put the link for that in here in just a little while. But we've got, we're 9 minutes in. Let's get to work. Who's ready to get to work? Everybody ready to get to work? Raise your hand or say me in the chat, in the comments, if you're ready to get to work, and I will get us started. All right. All right. Me's, here come the me's. All right. I've got, I'm flipping the script a little bit. I was going to start us off today with Claude. Claude is literally my favorite, did I mention favorite AI tool that I use every day. I mean, I am in Claude every day. And when I built the format for this workshop, I said, we'll start with Claude because that's what I use the most. And then what I've realized over the last few weeks is a better place to start was going to be my second tool. So let me let's pull up my notes so I don't go way off here. My second tool. So here's the tools we're going to talk about today. There's 4 tools you need. We're going to make it real simple, right? And if you guys have questions at any point, please feel free to put them in the comments. We will monitor them. I'll be able to answer them as we go. Some of the general housekeeping, recording, it is recorded. You'll be able to watch this later if you need to go back. But Claude is where I was going to start. And today we're going to start with our tool 2, which is Google Notebook LM. We're also going to talk about Gemini, Google's Gemini product for image creation. It's the best that there is. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Journey Builder, which is a tool that we own and operate. But it's how we publish and automate social media posts. I promise no sales pitch here, because I want this to be pure value and training, but I am going to show you Journey Builder because it's the tool that we use. But if you have a social media posting tool or calendar scheduling tool in your business, please feel free to just use that. It's just what we use to publish and automate our social media. And so we're going to show you a little bit about that. All right. So the reason I want to flip Claude with Google Notebook LM is because Notebook has gotten so good at getting the information, the research, the library of content, the documents you could use to feed into Claude for your strategy. So in terms of these tools, Claude is your AI thinking partner. It's where the strategy happens, right? So if you need to plan a marketing campaign, Claude. Want to write compelling copy? Claude. Stuck on a business problem? Talk it through with Claude. I don't care what anybody says. I believe Claude is the best AI for complex thinking and writing, hands down, period. I also now truly believe in it as a coding tool. So I just built a downloadable or a web widget, not downloadable, web widget for moving companies to capture more leads on their website with a quick estimating tool. And I could show you that another time. So the reason I went to Notebook LM is Google Notebook LM is ridiculous. When I show you what's possible in Notebook LM here, you guys are going to run and go get it. It's Heather can post the link in the comments, notebooklm.google.com. It is Google's secret weapon that most people don't even know about. You can upload all of your documents, PDFs, websites, notes, videos, anything you have in your business, your brand guidelines, your anything. And it becomes an AI that only knows about your content. There's no hallucinations, no made up facts. It can create audio summaries, study guides, FAQs, briefing docs, slide decks, flashcards, quizzes, all sorts of stuff. So game changer for organizing, research, and repurposing content. So this is why I want to start with Notebook LM, because in doing what we're going to do today, I wanted to show you why we can take the information that Notebook LM can give us and then feed it into Claude. So I'm flipping it. We're going to do a little research first and then build strategy. So what Notebook LM can do, you can actually create a notebook. You'll see I have lots of notebooks here of things I've done, but I'm going to go into this one that I just created yesterday. I want it to be top of mind. I want it to be fresh. So what you can do is you go in here and you can go in and you can add your own sources. So let's say you have all your PDFs, all your documents, or maybe you have books or videos or anything that you have. You can load them in here, and then Notebook LM will build an entire library around it, right? So you're basically training your own AI. But one of the things that I love is now they have this deep research tool. So what I did yesterday was I went and I asked Notebook LM to give me all of everything I could possibly need for the best practices for social media marketing in 2026. And it went out, it brought in all of these sources from around the web, videos, links, everything, right? So it's the entire best social media strategy, algorithms, everything you need, commerce. And it imported all of these sources, and now it knows everything about these sources. So what I'm going to do now is it gave me this notebook, but here are some of the things we could do with it. We can create an audio overview, which makes it turn into a podcast about this. I'm actually going to start this now so I can show it to you in a few minutes. Video overview, it can make a mind map based on all of this. I could generate a report, which is what we're going to do as well. Actually, let me start that report. We'll do a strategic plan. All right. So you'll see it's doing that. Flashcards, quizzes, slide decks, data tables. It can make an watch. Let's make an infographic too. Why not make an infographic on this? So this is all. If you guys want to know like the best social media practices, trends, algorithms, tools, currently right now, we've had Notebook LM pull it all in. So we didn't have to use our own content. We actually went out, did the research, and it pulled in all this content. And now it's going to create all of these things. I want to show you while these are generating, I want to show you some examples of stuff that I've already done. So I mentioned we're working on a bunch of things for new movers, right? Or not for new movers, for moving companies, right? And one of the things that we're talking about is how to be first. Like when you get a lead, how to respond quickly, right? We use AI to respond very quickly, but why that is so important for your business. 78% of leads are being missed by most businesses, because most businesses, it takes them 2 days to get back or follow up with a new lead. So one of the things I did, and this is not the one we're working on today, but I just want to show you, I gave it some slides, right? You see here, slide 9, slide 10, right? And I just said, all right, taking these sources, create me a slide deck. Now, if you guys know me, or if some of you know me, Gamma has always been my go-to for creating slide decks, and it still is. I love Gamma. We can talk about that tool another day. I just want to show you what Notebook LM did with my sources in a matter of minutes. Hold on one second. I don't think it's sharing. Is it sharing that screen? Let's see. Yes. Gamma did this Notebook LM did this in minutes. So here's the first slide. It created all this entire slide deck talking about, if you can respond to a lead in under 1 minute, you have a 391% conversion and increase. 5 minutes, 8x, 30 minutes is baseline. How much you can make. I mean, all of this, all these images, all this text, this font, everything was built in Notebook LM from the content I gave it. And my talk here is first response wins, but we're going to, I'm going to go back to what we're working on today, which is our social media content. All right, so it looks like Key Shifts in Digital Marketing infographic was created, right? So let's take a look at it. Okay, so I pulled in all that information on Notebook LM, right? I said I need everything I need to know about social media marketing in 2026. It pulled in 47 sources from around the web. I told it a minute and a half ago to create an infographic that I could share. And here it is. AI generated, completely created. Look at the text. Like, guys, 6 months ago, you tried to put an image with text on it and use AI to generate it, you'd have Russian hieroglyphics. It would be misspelled wrong. It wouldn't even look like a real word. This whole thing is AI generated in minutes just now while we've been in here working, right? So that is something we can use. Let's see if my audio, okay, so here is Strategic Social Media Marketing Plan, a guide for small businesses. This is what we're going to use when we go into Claude, right? It's still generating an audio overview, but I want you guys to hear what an audio overview. Oh, it did it. It just finished. All right, listen to this. Actually, you guys won't be able to hear this unless I change the way I'm sharing my screen. So let's do this. I want to try something. I'm going to come back to full screen for a second, and I'm going to share. I'm going to stop sharing that screen. I want you guys to be able to hear something with audio. This is one of the coolest things, I think, in Notebook LM. If you guys have a bunch of sources, right? Dick, I'll try to make the screen bigger in a minute. You're asking a lot from me here. Just kidding. If you guys can upload all your sources or maybe videos, or you want to learn about a topic like this topic, right? The best way to learn social media in 2026, what to do, what to learn, your strategy, everything, trends, right? Check this out. All right, here we go. Dick, I don't know that I can make it much bigger here. That might be the best I could do. I'm going to play this for you and just listen to this for just a minute or two. This is an audio overview of all of our social media, this whole notebook here. Hold on.
Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so if the world of digital marketing in 2026 feels, well, less like a stable path and more like a shifting tectonic plate, you are definitely not alone.
Not at all. It feels like we're staring down a complete shakeup.
Right, in how content is discovered, how it's valued, how it's consumed, and it's all being driven by these two seismic forces. You've got the rise of integrated AI.
And the huge privacy shift that's finally ending the cookie era. It's the perfect chaotic storm, really.
It is. The way we measured success for, what, the last decade, it's basically disappearing.
While at the same time, the speed of content creation is just accelerating like crazy.
Okay, so that's only 40 seconds of a 13-minute audio podcast that was created from our sources to explain the topic back to us, right? So one of the ways we use that is if we want to learn about a topic, we pull in all the sources, right? And you heard how real it sounds. That was AI generated audio. Those two people are not real. They created a conversation talking about and explaining the topic back to us. So you could download that as a MP3 or however you want to download it, and you can listen to it in the car like an audiobook. So you could be learning about your topic on the way to work, right? It's ridiculous how amazing. Yes, we got to shut the front door coming in. Shut the front door is right. Right. So that is an audio, and you can interact with it. You can pause it. I've never really messed with this, but the interactive, you can actually ask a question, and those two podcasters who are made up an imaginary AI will answer you. It's almost like you called into the radio show, right? So pretty cool. And now what I want to do is, so Notebook LM, we can create a quiz off of this information, mind map, all sorts of stuff. But to keep things moving, I want to, Axel uses it frequently for bad news to his customers. Awesome tool. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to take this report. I had it create a report, strategic social media marketing plan. This is the guide for small businesses, right? I'm going to take this report. I'm going to copy the content. And now we're going to come over into my favorite tool. See if it loads here. Oh, let me go back. Hold on. I got to share my full screen again. I won't be doing any more audio, I don't think. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. And we'll share my entire screen again. And now we come into Claude. If you guys haven't used Claude, it's Claude.ai. It is absolutely amazing. If you guys have used ChatGPT, you can use Claude. But I'm going to show you a couple of things. And thank you, Heather. Heather just put it in the comments. Claude.ai, the link. By the way, we have a download that we're going to be sending to everybody with kind of just an overview of all these tools. But one of the things you could do in Claude is you can, you can have just a chat like you would with ChatGPT. One of the things I really like is projects, the projects feature. With projects, you can actually, it's almost like in Notebook LM, you create your notebook. Well, in Claude, you can create a project and then feed that project the information that you want, and then it can formulate your strategies. I use this for strategy. I use this for planning, you'll see here, I have lots of different things. Like we're working in with residential movers now to help them with their marketing and lead generation. Jay, the AI guy, personal branding, right? So this is all the stuff that I'm using to push this stuff out, right, and teach. So we're going to create a new project, and I'm going to call it social media strategy 2026, and we will say let's see, we'll do a we'll do it for my company right now. So digital marketing agent, AI marketing agency. Okay, you can call your project whatever you want. What are you trying to achieve? Social media marketing strategy for 2026 for a marketing agency. Okay, so again, whatever you want to say, but you can create the project, and now you've got, when it loads, you've got this section, right? You can add instructions to tailor the responses. You can add PDFs, documents, or other text to reference in this project. This is why I flipped Notebook LM and Claude today. I was going to start in Claude. Then I was like, wait a minute, I can go to Notebook LM, get a full report of everything, and then I can tell Claude, I can train Claude on the social media marketing best trends and topics and everything for 2026, right? By the way, if anyone wants that notebook report that I'm about to paste into Claude, I'll be happy to share it with you. So if you guys, for your business, you want to have a good training model of all the hottest things and things you need to, make sure that you're paying attention to on your social media for your business, happy to give it to you. I mean, I literally just created it, and we'll be happy to share it with you afterwards. I might even be able to put it in the link before we're even done here. As a matter of fact, while I'm talking about it, I should probably just do it, huh? Let's see. Let me go back to Notebook. So this is the report that I created. Let's see. I believe in the report, I can share it. Oh, that might have been, yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Let me go back here. Studio. Here's the report. Yes, I can export it to Docs. Look at this. Here, guys, I'm going to give this to you right now. Not planned, but why not, right? So it's an entire, I don't know how many, 6-page report on social media plans 2026 for small businesses, or 9 pages, it looks like it says now. And we will make this shareable for anybody with the link. And you guys can get it and make a copy of it. Copy link. And I'll put it right in here. Boom. There you go. Delivering value. There is the link. You guys should have that. It'll open this up in your Google. I see some people jumping in and grabbing it. All right. Don't read it now because I got a lot of stuff to talk about with you, but you have it. Make a copy, save it, whatever you need to do. All right. Cool. Come back to Claude. All right. If all you leave here today with is Notebook LM, and your mind is already blown, then I've done my job. The rest of this is going to be icing on the cake when you see us pull it all together. Okay. But I got a lot more here. So I'm back in Claude, and what I want to do is I want to add text content. Best practices for 2026. By the way, there's also an integration in Claude with Google Docs or Google Drive. So you could upload your own content right from Google Drive to train Claude on this, but I already copied that 9-page document. I'm going to, oh, look at that. No, it's the link. All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me, I copied the link. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Cancel. Add from Google Drive. Oh, I need to save. There it is, strategic. So I have my Google Drive integrated with Claude. So when I go to Google Drive to train it and give it a file, the strategic social media marketing plan is there. So I don't even have to copy and paste it. It's uploading that file and training this project, this Claude project, on that plan. So now I want to tell you real quick about these models. All right. All of the social or all of the AI chat tools have different models. Every week, if you watch the news, it's like the AI arms race, right? Like everybody, oh, this new model is now the best and the most accurate and the best for these things. And then, the next day, oh, nope, this one just leapfrogged that one. Nope, this one's better now. And it's like this race. By the way, if you want to talk about the different models, that's next week. No, not next week. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, I'm going to talk about ChatGPT versus Claude versus Perplexity versus Grok. We're gonna do that. That's 2 weeks. Next week's is on prompting, writing prompts for the AI. So that's a preview of what's coming up in the next couple weeks. Everybody on this webinar, you'll get links, you'll get emails for this entire series, just as an FYI. But let me go back to models. If you are trying to do complex work like programming, coding, real in-depth reporting, tables, charts, very, very complex, calculation type work, you would use Opus 4.5, right? Today, we're not trying to do that in here. We don't want it to program and create Google Docs for us. We actually just want to really keep it to chat. So Sonnet 4.5 is the model I would choose if you're using Claude. By the way, you can use Claude for free. Some of these features may require the $20 plan. Most plans with AI tools are $20. By the way, Notebook LM you can also use for free if you have a Google account. So I'm not telling you anything that's going to cost you a lot of money. All right. So I'm going to change my model to Sonnet. All right. And now I have my notes here. All right. Here's what we're going to do. So we're going to put these tools together in the real world. Now I've already taught the model about strategic social media marketing for 2026. So I have a prompt that I created prior to the workshop just to save time. All right. And I'm going to put this prompt into Claude. I run a small business marketing company, create 5 social media posts for this week about AI tools that small business owners can use. Each post should be educational, practical, and under 200 words, include a hook, value, and a call to action. I'm going to add this in here. I don't have to, but sometimes I think it's better to overdo it. I'm going to say, please make sure to use 2026 best practices. Okay. And I'm going to send it off to Claude. Okay. And let's see what Claude gives us back. Now, by the way, this prompt is not the greatest well-written prompt in the history of prompting. Guess what else? I don't care, right? I'm going to show you guys next week a method called the clear prompting method that you can use. But as at the end of the day, just talk to the AI. Tell it what you want. You can always revise it and you'll get it there. Okay. Synthesize best practices and brand voice to structure 5 educational posts. I'll create 5 educational. Okay. So here we go. So here's the first post. Post 1, AI for content research. Small business owners, stop wasting 3 hours researching content topics when AI can do it in 3 minutes. Here's the game changer. Use Perplexity AI. By the way, 2 weeks from today, Perplexity will be one that we're talking about for content research instead of falling down Google rabbit holes. Right? So here's one. It even gives us hashtags. That's one post. The second, AI for writing, but make it human. Talks about ChatGPT, using that for writing. I would still use Claude, but that's okay. ChatGPT is good, and a lot of people are already using it, so it'd be an easy one for business owners to use. AI design tools. You don't need a graphic designer on retainer when you have Canva's AI features. Okay, so Canva is a great tool. We use Canva, but a lot of what we do, and Heather's on here now, I'm going to show you another tool next. When we go to create images for these, we use Google Gemini, which is going to be the next tool we show you. But a lot of times then we put it into Canva as well. So we'll take the image that's created, put it into Canva to make the pretty other stuff around it. So Canva, great. Canva's got a great AI option. AI for professional communication. Grammarly is a good tool that does have AI. Grammarly has been around forever. You guys probably even use it, a lot of you, but it can. They have a really great AI tools. I've actually, this is true. Actually, I don't know if I used it for 3 years, probably more like 5. But this is good. We could always edit that. Post 5, the AI strategy that actually works. If you're using AI to fully automate your social media, you're doing it wrong. Data shows 76% of consumers are more loyal to brands that respond personally. You can't automate genuine relationships. The winning formula. AI handles research, drafting, scheduling, basic graphics. You handle final editing, responding to comments, storytelling, community building. What have I been talking about so far this whole day? This post is perfect, right? Research, drafting. We're going to show you scheduling in Journey Builder in just a little bit. Basic graphics. I'm going to show you that next. This is a perfect post for what we're talking about. But to do the content creation, you can save a ton of time. I would edit this. I would say I use Claude, and we use actually VistaCreate instead of Canva, but I think Heather does use Canva. So VistaCreate and Claude for efficiency. But I personally reply to every comment in DM, right? I do, or RC does, and our team will respond, right? So we don't use AI for any of those responses unless we're setting up an automation to deliver something. But anyway, so these posts follow the 2026 frameworks: info first hooks, practical value, social SEO optimization, 3 to 5 targeted hashtags, and authentic CTAs that encourage genuine encouragement. All right, so we're gonna put this on hold for just a minute. I want to go over, and Dee, cool. You can watch the end of this later. I know you have to leave, so in about 7 minutes, we're going to be going probably till almost 12 once we figure question and answers. But we're a little more than halfway done with content, probably 3/4 the way done with content. So cool, awesome. So this is, I'm just going to put this on pause because I want to show you something else that we just did in Claude. Not to digress too much, I just want to show you something. I talked about the models and I talked about Opus. When we wrote this, we had Sonnet. I showed you these models of Sonnet 4.5. I told you to use for this, but Opus 4.5. I want to show you what I just used Opus to create this week. And let me see. I don't remember. Yes. So I am not a programmer. I mean, I know a little bit. I know enough. I built an HTML website almost 30 years ago. But what I had Claude build the other day was a widget for a website that a moving company, a residential moving company, can put what you see here on the right side. They can put this on their website, and it will collect leads and give them a quick estimate. So a quick quote, and you can edit the colors and the branding. You can connect it to your CRM. You put your booking calendar in here. You can adjust your hourly rates and your pricing per pound to come up with that quote. And then it's a free widget. You could download the HTML, put it on your website, and collect leads. People can do a quick estimate, and then it encourages them to book an actual, we got to come to your house and just make sure that the price we're telling you is good because you're telling us the truth. But you put in all your company information. So we built this builder and this widget tool. Let's see if I have it. Estimator. Moving. I forget what I called it. But we built let me see if I can grab this real quick here. I want to show you this because I actually, you know what? I can just pull up Claude and just show you what we built. Computer's running a little slow right now. Get my mouse back here. Come on. Okay. So let me just come out of here. We'll come back into this project. Sorry, guys, my computer's running slightly slow. I hope I'm not freezing on your end. But let's see if we can get this. There we go. Okay, I think it's caught up. So let me come back. Residential moving industry. I just want to show you this because it is amazing. If you guys have an idea, you need something for your business. You have something that your customers are always asking for, and you'd like to be able to provide it on your website in exchange for leads, a lead magnet, a download, a product. I built it right in Claude using Opus. And I just told it what I wanted. And it built the widget. It also built the end user widget that goes on the website. I was going to see if I can pull that up. Is this it? That's the configurator. Come up here. So it did all the JavaScript, the HTML, all the coding, did all of it. That still looks like the configurator. Oh, there it was. There it was. Nope. Calculator. All right, so you can actually fill it out, click continue, go, and then it gives an actual estimate, preliminary estimate with a link to book and everything. But I built the whole thing. And then I had it create the instructions for a moving company to be able to download it and use it. One AI for the moving widget. Yes, I'm using one AI. So Meg, one widget for the moving widget was just Claude. I used Claude and I chose the Opus 4.5 model. I told it, I'll show you exactly what I told it in the beginning. This is different from what we're going over with our planning, but I did want to show you. I want to build a calculator and be able to embed it onto a website. The instant estimate calculator, detailed spec. This is what I want to build. Input fields, the type of move, current zip code, destination zip code, the size of the house, packing help me. Like I just told it what I wanted, right? I told it what I wanted it to do. Give me a range-based estimate based on, a 3-bedroom home, your estimated move here. This is all I told it. Right here. This is all I told it. And it just built it. It coded it, programmed it, built the whole thing, and then I could go through it and I could say, ooh, I want to add this or I want to change this, right? And it took me about 3 hours, and I have something that I can offer to every residential mover in the country, in the world, for their website, right? For free. For free, right? Quotes, air quotes, for free, in exchange for their contact information so that I can talk to them about how we can help them with their marketing, right? So that's what we did there. All right, I digress. And Meg, sorry, I didn't want to make you lost here. So let's come back to what we're working on today. I'm not going to go through editing these posts as far as what they say, right? Because this is, for example, only I'm not going to post. I might post that last one, but here's the next thing I'm going to do. So we have Claude. Claude gave us these posts, right? So what I want to do now is I want to say these posts are great. Actually, you know what? We're just going to go over to Gemini. All right. I'm going to keep Claude open. Our next tool that I want to talk about is Google Gemini. A lot of you may already use Gemini. Gemini is an amazing, it's another chat tool like Claude. It's great. It can help you code. It can do a lot of the same things Claude does, right? I don't think it's as good of a strategy and a writing tool, but it's Google, right? We already use Google Notebook. We know that it can do a lot of research. The thing that I love most about Gemini is the way it creates images. I already showed you the images it created in Notebook, right? It shows you the infographic and the slides that it created, right? So I want to talk about how to use its. So you'll see if you go to Gemini, you'll see that there's this little yellow icon. It's a banana that's being peeled. Google's code name for this was Nano Banana, right? When it first came out, it was Nano Banana, and that's what I called it, and that's what everybody called it. That's what it was called, Nano Banana, and then they just made Nano Banana built in. It's their image creation tool. So it's Google Gemini is where you get it, and you can create images with Nano Banana. So now we have those social posts that we created in Claude, right? And what I'm going to do here is I want to take one of those posts. Let me go back to Claude. I'm going to do that last post. I really like this last post, the AI strategy that actually works, right? As I really did like this. Was it this one? Yeah, this one was good. All right, so I'm going to copy this post. And I'm going to come back to Gemini. And I'm going to click on create image, right? And I'm going to tell Gemini, I need we'll just say Facebook image that we can use with the following post. Okay. That's it, right? Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to do it right now. Okay. Victoria said she uses Gemini and finds it really, really useful. Gemini is really good. Gemini is good. Let's just see what happens if that's all I give it. We can tell it more. We can edit more. We can revise our prompts, right? And if you use the prompting method, I'm going to show you next week, the clear method. It would probably come out a little bit better, but for purposes of this and knowing that I'm going to go into that next week. And I just really want to show you that you can do this just in the way you talk. All right, here we go. So let me make this bigger. All right. The winning formula for 2026, save time on creation, invest time in engagement, human connection, the captain, final editing, responding to comments, storytelling, community building, AI efficiency, the co-pilot, research and drafting, scheduling, basic graphics, data analysis. AI is the co-pilot, not the autopilot. AI strategy, community building. Guys, it's perfect. It's perfect. All right. Let me go back to that post. The actual content that would go with that post was Hot take. If you're using AI to fully automate your social media, you're doing it wrong. Here's what the data shows. 76% of customers more loyal to brands that respond personally. You can't. The winning formula. AI handles research, drafting, scheduling, basic graphics. You handle final editing, responding to comments, storytelling, community building. Use AI to save 5 to 10 hours a week. Guys, look at the graphic that it created. How quickly did it create this graphic? And all I have to do is click this little download button, which I'm going to do. All right. You can create so many images this way that fast, right? I'm sorry, social media managers and graphic designers that either need to adapt this or be destroyed. But I mean, that's one heck of a graphic for AI in less than 30 seconds. Okay. I'm getting ready to open this up for questions. I'm going to show you guys one more tool of how we would schedule and post this. But if you guys are starting to think of some questions or need me to go over anything again, or maybe you want me to do a real example with your business, right? How it could be applied in your business. If you have a very specific question, I'll show you. I'll try to come up with something on the fly to help you directly in your business today. So I'm just going to put this image in my downloads. And we could spend all day creating images inside of Gemini. But the point is, I'm trying to show you is you don't have to know how to be an AI expert to do this, right? I just taught it to you in an hour. I want you guys to be able to use this to help you in all areas of your business, right? You could put this image in an email. We could also revise it. We could say, we don't like it. Let's do a different one, or let's change the colors to match our brand, right? I would, because I use teal and red, right? So I have very specific teal and a very specific red that we use. So I might change the blue and orange here for teal and red to make it look more like my brand. Or we might take this image and throw it into Canva, right? And put our logo on it or do something else with it, right? So just giving you the idea, but the main image is solid, right? It's solid. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I want to show you Journey Builder. All right. Now, Journey Builder is, let me refresh my screen here. Journey Builder is our software. We've marketed it and sold it, developed for it, customized it. Of course, my computer is freezing on me here. Let me see if I can flip to a different tab. I might have to close it. Let's see. So Jennifer, an example for your business, I will. It's the sign business. The Gemini, I do pay for it. You can use Gemini on the free plan. You just gemini.google.com. You can use it. I have a Google Workspace account, so I pay for that. But then I also pay for Gemini Ultra, which is expensive, or Google AI Ultra, the Ultra plan. So it's very expensive. But to do what I just did, just go to Gemini and you should be able to click the Nano Banana image and make it. So, all right. Journey Builder is our tool. We got a couple Journey Builder customers here on the call today. I will, Craig, I see your question. I see Jennifer's question, so I will come to that. Let me just show you, sometimes people have their own tools. There's several automation tools, posting tools out there. Since we have our own, we use it, but Journey Builder replaces like 30 different marketing tools, maybe even more than that. And so let me go back and see if I can pull my social planner up. My computer seems to be dying on me with all of the tabs and links I have open. You can see here all of our posts. We do what we preach. Today's the day posts going out on all our social channels about today's workshop. So what you can do is you can, and again, we use Journey Builder. I'm going to show you how it's good. We use Journey Builder has AI agents built in, voice AI, AI website builder, hosting, reputation management, reporting, pipeline, sales, CRM, blah, 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 all the way down the line. I'm just showing you a social planner piece of this because this is what we use, but you can use any automation tool you want. But then what you do is you go in, create a post. We're going to pick our social accounts that we have connected. If it lets me, here we go. And let's just say, I'm doing Facebook, the j.vix page, right? Then I'm going to paste in my post from Claude earlier. And I might want to make it look a little bit nicer here, right? I like putting in some spaces, right? Like I said, I'm not actually going to post this because it's not exactly 100% accurate, but very close. And I would just format it a little bit, and you can see inside of Journey Builder, you see the preview on the right. So you'll see what it looks like. Okay. Then I'm going to click on the image here, and inside Journey Builder, you can create an image using AI. Totally fine. I still prefer Gemini over our own AI image builder. But you can upload from media storage as well. I'm going to upload from media storage. I have to upload the image I just created, which I will get right now. All right, so here's what our post will look like on Facebook, right? And I think I need to turn off the branding there, but that's okay. Here's another thing you guys can do on social media. Facebook doesn't really like it if you put links in the actual post. That's why you see a lot of people will put like fingers down to go into the comments. What you can do when you schedule your posts, you can actually put the first follow-up comment. So, www.jtheaiguy.com, right? And when it posts, it will post with the first comment, right? And then you can also have AI write your posts and everything in here, but I still like the tech stack we used. And then I would schedule it. I click schedule. I say, I want this to go out next Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Oh, wait, best time to post is between 6 and 7 p.m. Maybe. Okay, we'll try it. We'll put it for 6 p.m. next Thursday and schedule the post. That's it. So great way to, create. We have our social media plan. I can always go back to Claude to that project and create more social content. I can also say create posts for the week leading up to Valentine's Day or, a holiday or a sale, because it has all of the research about the trends and what you should do in 2026. So that's the content part of this week's workshop. I'm definitely going to help now. I'm going to help Craig and Jennifer. I'm going to try to show you guys some real things in real time that I'm going to do here. Any questions you guys have, please put them in the comments. And we are now in Q&A and that period. And like I said, I want you back next Friday, and every Friday, join us. You'll be getting emails and everything about it. So let me come back over. I want to talk about Craig. Craig said, here, let me put this up on screen. All right. Starting a subscription medical business based on house calls rather than having an office. Okay. All right. subscription medical business based on house calls. So instead of having a doctor's office, people can pay for a subscription and have access to a doctor that will come to their house. Am I understanding that right? Just throw a yes in the comments if I got it, and I'll keep my eye out for that. All right. I'm going to go with that. All right. So here's what I would do. I would first, well, I'm going to skip Notebook LM on this. There's a lot you can find out with Notebook LM. You could find out if that business model exists, best practices for that business model. I don't know if that business model is something that's out there. You could go create a notebook and then maybe upload any of your brand information, your notes, your PDFs, any of that, and really build a notebook of information that you can use. In this case, since you're starting that, and you're looking for some social, quick starting marketing campaign on social media, I'm going to go over to Claude directly. All right. And I'm going to come out of this. I'm not going to come out of the project. I'm actually going to just come right in here because I already have the plan, right? So starting a subscription medical. Okay, perfect, Craig. I saw your comment. Starting a subscription. Why is that not writing? Medical business that has no physical office. We operate on house calls only. Create a go-to-market social media strategy to introduce, nurture, and sell the concept. Okay, so obviously you might want to give it some more information, right? This is just why is it not? But okay, so let me see. Yeah, so notebooks to research who else is doing this and how they are set up. Yeah, I would use Notebook. I would go to Notebook, and I can show you. You can ask it. You can say, do deep research on this concept and let me know who, what you can find out. And Notebook will go scour the web and pull in all the sources and put that into your notebook. And then you can ask questions of all those sources right inside a notebook. Right? Yes, Notebook LM for that. For this part, for the social media strategy, I'm just going to go ahead and see what Claude will give us, because I have the social inside this project. I already put the best 2026 best practices, right? So let's just see what Claude would say going based on that. Now, I would go to Notebook LM to learn more about that business and then maybe pull that in to your own project. But here you go. So strategic foundation. You're introducing a concept that requires significant trust building and education. People need to understand why receiving medical care at home through a subscription model is superior to traditional office visits. Your social media strategy must position this as a premium, convenient solution while addressing the natural skepticism around no office healthcare. Okay, right? So here's a it says use Facebook, Instagram, supporting channel will be YouTube, tells you the types of content you'll want to make. It tells you the 80-20 framework, education and expertise should be 40% of your content. Trust and social proof, 25%. Gives you certain types of things like before, after, day in the life. Convenience and lifestyle benefits, pillar 3, why it fits modern life, right? Average urgent care visit, 2.5 hours, house call, 30 minutes, right? Like benefits. Calls to action, founding member discounts, first house call free trial, subscription to your comparisons, limited availability messaging, now serving specific neighborhoods, partnership announcements, 90-day launch roadmap, week 1 to 4, build anticipation, tells you what types of things to post each week, right? For 12 weeks, right? How to really build this out. If you want this, I'll send it to you. And paid promotion strategy. Allocate 25 to 30% of your social budget to Facebook ads targeting. Here's the targeting. Creatives to use. Video testimonials, problems we solve, before after scenarios. Provider introduction ads, building trust. What to track. KPIs. What metrics are important to track. Yeah. So that's it's still working, but that is there we go. And then you could develop specific, and then it asks, do you want to develop specific content examples, add copy templates, or a detailed content calendar for your first month? Yeah, right. So I'm not going to do that now for time purposes, but yeah, I mean, you saw that that's all I did. I just gave it that question, and that's what Claude gave me back. And so I think from a strategy standpoint, use Claude. But if you need the background, if you need the research, the sources, the information, that's why I went to Notebook LM first, because I was like, you can get all your sources, research, information, turn that all into a big report or document, right? And then put that in your Claude library, and then ask, in a project, right? So you keep it all in one place, and then you can ask it for the strategy. You can ask it for the specific content. You can ask it for these different things, and get all of that out. And then for social media, you could then use Gemini for your image creation, and you can use, I still like Nano Banana. It's I think it's just more fun to say Nano Banana than Gemini. But use Gemini, and then when you're going to schedule and do your posts, whatever social media tool you prefer. If you're interested in Journey Builder, we can always talk about that. I'm going to look at some other questions here. Let's see. Okay, so an example for a sign company. So Jennifer has a sign company. They actually use Journey Builder. It's Jed Signs. And let's see. So an example for Jed Signs on social media, I would come back and I would say, I have a B2B. So first of all, if you want to do this yourself, go into Claude, upload the doc that I gave you access to, the strategic social media marketing plan, and then come into Claude and type something like this: the B2B sign company in Greensboro, I would say in the Triad area of North Carolina. I need a social content strategy to drive more engagement and leads to my business. Oh, I thought I was typing. It wasn't typing. A content marketing. This is what happens when you have to look at the keyboard to type, because I'm not that great of a typer. I can type fast if I'm looking at the keyboard, but sometimes I'm not looking and it's nothing's typing. Social plan to generate engagement and leads. Oops, that's $sign. All right, so just real rough draft, just showing you what you could do. And then I see Larry has a question. I'm going to come to your question next, Larry. Meg, I just love that we made your life easier. Oh, good. Victoria, 15 minutes with you. Good. You booked the 15-minute call. I guess we put the link. Did we put the link into a free coaching call already? We can post that again. If anybody wants to do a free 15-minute coaching call, figure out, understand, learn where you're struggling, and then maybe give you some suggestions, pointers into how you can implement AI or automation to fix that. I'm happy to do it. There it is. Free coaching call with Jay. Thank you. That link is there if you guys want to book it. Oh, it came directly to the email and phone. Okay, great. Awesome. We must have put it in the automations. Look, my team is awesome, guys. I have RC, Ryan, Heather on my team. Amazing. A lot of the stuff, they're just amazing. They make sure you guys have everything you ever need. All right, here's a plan, Jennifer. Content marketing plan. LinkedIn, 70% of your effort is what Claude is saying. But also Facebook, 30%. Content pillars, 80-20, value-driven content, sign smart educational series, 5 permit mistakes that delay your sign install, how to choose signage that actually increases foot traffic, ADA compliance or business signs, what you need to know, LED versus traditional lighting. Okay, so we can go through this. I can send it to you. 4 to 5 days a week on LinkedIn, 3 to 4 posts a week, talks about that, generation lead magnets, engagement hooks, SEO optimization, video content strategies, long form content. Here's your 90-day implementation, amplification, tools you need. I could talk to you about these because you don't really need all these, especially with Journey Builder. Key metrics to track, specific tactics. It even says partner with the Triad Business Journal for content sharing. Who knew? Claude knew, right? Here, paid social ads, pro tips for a sign company, visual proof. Would you like me to create your first month's content calendar, specific post ideas, draft example post for each content pillar, design a lead magnet concept? Up here, it did say, I saw somewhere a calculator. I don't remember where I saw it. Right here. Signage ROI calculator, a downloadable signage ROI calculator. I would flip this little toggle here where it says Sonnet 4.5. I would go into Opus, right? And I would have Claude build a signage ROI calculator. Before you have Claude build you your ROI calculator, and you'll probably want to be on the $20 plan of Claude to do this. Happy to talk to you about building one out for you. I would go into Notebook LM and I would research signage company lead magnets, signage company downloads, downloadable lead magnets, lead generation methods, lead generation calculators, signage ROI calculators, and research, have notebook, build a notebook around everything that Google can find out about what sign companies are doing and what works. Okay. And awesome. Looking forward to talking, Victoria. Talk to you on our call and see you again next Friday, I hope. But yeah, Jennifer, I would go into Notebook LM and see what you can find out and get like best practices for that. Then you can take that information, come into Claude and say, this is what I'm looking to build. But you could have it build all of these things, a complete guide to commercial sign permitting in Greensboro, Winston-Salem. You could have, all of these things. Tag a local business that needs a sign upgrade contest, right? Oh my gosh, what a great engagement, right? So anyway, that's awesome. Sue, thank you. Looking forward to our 15-minute call for sure. Axel, thank you so much. All right, I got one more question that I know came in from Craig. Was it Craig? No, not Craig. It was the lists. Who was it? Actually, it was a couple questions. Sue had a question. Once you start loading all your company information, does it become public record? Depends how you enter it. There's some ways that you can keep it private and some ways you can't. I was looking for the one that was on finding a list. Where's that one? Oh, here it is. Larry, hope you're still here with us. Is it possible to generate a prospect list for high-end home builders? It is. And there are a lot of AI tools out there that can do it. You could probably use Notebook LM. Let's try to do that to do that list, but I will show you something that Journey Builder has inside of it that might be worthwhile to you, just if you're interested. But let's go and let's create a notebook. And discover sources is what you'll want to put, right? If you want to do that, discover sources, and then you can do deep research. And we want to research looking for a prospect list for high-end home builders. Please provide me what you can. Not really probably the best way to find like a lead list. There are, like I said, there's tools out there, Audience Labs, D7 Lead Finder. There's lots of places you can find lead lists. The public library, right? I know you can go and you can look it up by SIC codes. But let's see what Notebook LM can do. Let's put the AI to the test here. All right, cool. Oh, Raleigh. Oh, you were looking in Raleigh, in the Raleigh area. All right, well, let's see what this does, because you can always come in and do it too. By the way, while it's doing research, it takes a few minutes. It even tells you, feel free to leave. That's okay. We'll let it go. And while it's doing that, I'm going to show you something that we have built into Journey Builder. It may be worthwhile for you, potentially. Let's see. It's not there. Sorry. That's Google Profile, SEO, video. It is under marketing, I believe. Yes. So inside of Journey Builder, we have a prospecting tool, and it's not the best tool if you're just, it's a good tool if you're just looking for the names of companies, but what the reports, you don't really want the reports. The reports are going to be more like, do they need search engine optimization? Do they need Facebook ads? What are their reviews like? Blah, blah, blah. So it's more, if you're a digital marketing agency, this is great, right? But if you wanted to find prospects, we have a thing called Prospect AI, and the niches, we could see if we have home builders, custom home builders, right? And then Raleigh. Let's see if it pulls up Raleigh. I think it should. Anyway, what it'll do is it'll just, well, I'm actually not going to run this, because what it'll do is it'll just automatically run and bring in new ones for you periodically. Let me see if I can actually just do a search prospects. Custom home builder. Was it custom or high end? I forget what you said, but custom home builders. Yeah, I'd have to work on this a little bit. But we do have that prospecting tool, and it uses Google Business Profiles to go out and find them. Let's go back over to Notebook LM and see if that's done its research. Oh, 3 of 5 complete. All right, cool. While we're waiting on this, I know some people had to jump off. We got about 10 minutes left. If you have any last questions, I'm happy to answer them. If you guys want to book that coaching call, let's do it. Let's get on a quick call. I'll be happy to share my screen with you on that. It'll be a video chat. Jennifer, yes, I can send you what I came up with on Claude. I can definitely copy and paste that and email it to you guys for sure. Hey, in case sometimes like this deep research does take a few minutes. I'm hoping we get it done and maybe I can answer another question or two. In the meantime, if anybody has any other questions, please throw them in the chat. Analyzing results. I was going to say, Larry, I was almost going to tell you that we could email you. And I may have, here we go. Okay. Strategic Prospect Intelligence Report, the Elite Ecos, 59 sources. Let's import the sources. Now, I know you said Raleigh. Let's just see what it gives us from this deep research that it just did. And let's see what it finds out. Sue, what is the best tool for PowerPoint presentation enhancements? Okay. For PowerPoint presentations, I would just replace PowerPoint altogether. I would kick it to the curb. I would throw PowerPoint out and never look back. I will show you guys a bonus tool today. I already showed you that Notebook LM can create slide decks, and I showed you one that it created, right? Like I could actually click slide deck here and it'll create one on this notebook about the luxury custom home builders, right? But Gamma, Gamma, Gamma AI, Heather's probably putting that in there somewhere. I'll show it to you real quick while I'm doing this. Gamma is, in my opinion, the best PowerPoint replacement. If it loads here, hold on, I'm trying to pull it onto the screen. The best PowerPoint replacement tool on the market. You can set up your brand, your templates, your themes, your fonts, make it look, if you notice, I use a teal here. Here's all presentations that we were building, even when I was working on this morning for that first response wins presentation. You can tell it what you want or give it, it'll create every slide for you in just a matter of seconds with images, with AI generated images. It will build out your entire presentation. You can even use it as the presenting tool. So you could use like slideshow mode like PowerPoint has. But it creates, you can edit your slides. You can use AI to edit your slides. You can use AI to create your slides. It'll do it in minutes, right? So here's just a slide deck in our brand for my presentation on, obviously our whole business process is when you get a new lead, to be able to reach out and communicate with that lead in under a minute, right? Like that's our premise. That's what we do as a company. We help customers who need to respond to their leads faster, right? And we use AI to do it. So we're working on first response is our big thing for 2026. And so I'm working on, that's literally in our business, what we're working on. So if you go to Gamma, I know it wasn't on our list of tools. I have some presentations that I've done in the past on Gamma. If you look at our YouTube channel, go back and look at some of the videos I did probably around last summer. I talk about Gamma a lot. It's my favorite presentation creation tool. I have not opened PowerPoint in probably over a year, unless I was looking at something else to kick it to the curb for. But yeah, so Gamma. And you literally, you just tell AI what you want. You go into Notebook LM, do your research, then go into Claude, have it create the slide outline, then take that slide outline from Claude, throw it into Gamma and say, here's my outline, build it. There you go. 30-minute complete presentation start to finish. Okay. All right. Let me come back over for Larry here. Britt, you are amazing. Thank you. I'm so glad you were on here. Look, I'm going to put it up because anytime somebody says I'm amazing, I figure why not show everybody that somebody actually believes that. So thanks, Britt. Britt's great. And I'm jealous of Britt because she lives out there in the mountains where there's a lot of snow and I want to go skiing again. I just went for my 50th birthday. I went skiing in the Poconos. It was awesome. All right, cool. Let me get back to Larry's question. All right, so here's a notebook, and it looks like it found a whole bunch of stuff on, you know, the landscape of luxury custom home building. But what I would do is now I could question it and say, can you give me a list of luxury custom home builders near Raleigh, NC. Let's see what it would give us from that. It pulled a bunch from around the US. Let's see if it can do this. Again, there are better tools to do lists for prospecting out there. But I just wanted to see what happens here. And fighting PowerPoint for weeks. Yeah, just don't anymore. Just don't. You need help with Gamma. Watch that video, or I can show you more about Gamma, or you can go learn it yourself, or book that free 15-minute coaching call if you haven't already. And let's say, look, this is what I want to do. I need AI to help me, and I'll just go through Gamma with you for 15 minutes. All right, so this is what it came up with, Larry, for you. It does say that it doesn't have a list specifically located in or serving Raleigh, but here are some in Charlotte, Lake Norman, Asheville, Coastal, North Carolina. So it's really not the best, probably not the best for getting you leads. Heather, Sue is asking, where do we find the past videos? So this is our first AI webinar of the year and of this new series, but my YouTube channel, Heather's going to put a link to my YouTube channel, or RC can do it, into the chat, into the comments. We've been streaming this on YouTube as well. And it'll go right to our YouTube channel, and you can see all of my past videos. And that should come up in probably 3, 2, 1. Boo, boo, boo. Oh, Britt said not much snow this year. Boo. Yeah, I know. That stinks. I mean, I don't really want snow here in North Carolina very much. Maybe a once a year type of small event, but I like to go places where it snowed, ski, and then leave it behind. That's my ideal thing. Yeah, Larry, I think the best thing, I know, look up Audience Labs. If you Google Audience Labs or D7 Lead Finder, that's another one, D7 Lead Finder. I think I might have a link to D7. Just some tools that I know about that can help you with prospecting lists. Let me see. There was another one called Prospect Reach a while ago. I don't know if that's still a thing. Hold on one second. I have D7 in here. AI tools, D7 Lead Finder. You can try this one. I don't use it often, but I'm going to put it in the chat. D7 Lead Finder. Oh, D7. Thought I was typing. Why is it not typing? Ah. Oh. Paste. You could try that. Like I said, I don't really use it. We're not really in like the lead finding business. We usually just help people run ads and drive leads to their page. But if you're looking to do outreach campaigns or just find lists of those, anything that you can find a list, SIC codes, but some of these new ones have a lot of information, like contacts, personal owners' personal cell phone numbers and things like that. There are a lot of those, but if you look up an AI lead finder, Maybe that's a future workshop I could do. Actually, we could do some research on it and find some good tools. I can ask around, but yeah, I hope that one helps you. All right. Well, guys, I am, my voice is shot. It's been a while since I talked for an hour and a half straight, especially with high energy. I'm going to do something that's new to the StreamYard platform that I haven't done before, but I am going to first, I'm going to let everybody cheer for me. I like it. And then I'm going to talk about what I feel like right now. Twice. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I hope you'll all come back for next week. Larry, Sue, thank you, everybody. Thanks to my team for helping bring this to everyone. I hope you'll come back next Friday. You're going to get an email with the links and everything to register for that one. Please register for each one so we can always know what you have and what you don't have, and if we need to send a replay or something like that. So we'll send a registration link out, and it will be on prompting, like how to write better prompts to get AI to tell you what you want and need a little bit faster right off the bat. And we'll probably show you some tools again and stuff like that. Bring your questions. If there's anything we can help you with, just let us know. And you should also have a PDF coming to you with an overview of all the tools we talked about today. And the 15-minute meeting, Anne, we will post it for you again. Somebody post the coaching call link back in here again for Anne, please. We're going to put that link in here for you right now, Ann, just in a second here. Jeffrey, awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Here comes the link. Here comes the link. There it is. All right. There you go, Ann. If you click on that link, you can book a 15-minute coaching call with me. We'll jump in. And if you want to talk about the PowerPoint issue or learn Gamma, I'm happy to take 15 minutes and just show you everything you need on that. Awesome. And if anybody wants to learn more about Journey Builder, again, 15-minute coaching call, I can show you tools in Journey Builder that can help save you time, money, make you more money, and never miss a lead. That's really what it's all about. All right. That's it for this week. I'll see everybody again next Friday. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon.